Hi, I'm Eden Redvani, Director of Analytics here at Coastal and Product Owner for CRM Analytics, Tableau, and Tableau Next. Today, I'm looking at a Tableau Next dashboard within the context of healthcare and healthcare services, and actually looking at this from the point of view of a upper management person who is overseeing a healthcare provider. So at the top of the dashboard, we have the ability to filter down data. We can pre-select a time period. Our KPIs across the top of the page are actually Tableau Next metrics. And what that brings with it is a top level number, but also period over period comparison, how the data has trended over time and whether it's falling within the expected range, and even AI insights into the specific metrics and how the data is changing. As I navigate through the dashboard, you can see that I'm able to see my no-show appointments compared to my fulfilled appointments and track how those are changing over time. I have a breakdown of that same information by region and by patient care plan, so I can see where we have different target areas. And I have demographic information around patient schedule method, gender, education, and race. Now, this is great information. I'm able to get down to the row level detail, and I can filter my dashboard by making selections. But actually, what Tableau Next offers that other visualization tools do not is the Agentforce component, the ability to use agentic analytics. So by opening up this panel, I'm able to start a conversation with my data. And using the context of the page, I can ask very specific questions about what I'm looking at. So I started with, how are my no-show appointments trending? Like, how is that metric shared over time? And as well as a text response that is well formatted, I get a visualization that actually gives me greater context. I can see that there's a cyclical nature to this data that I'm looking at, and there's an overall upward trend, which is something that we would like to address. That summary and that insight is actually identified within this text. So this is very useful. This could be taken out of this view. It could be screenshot. We can copy and paste that over to other documents, but it's a useful insight. Now, with that context, I can say, well, based on that, there's these no-show appointments that I'm seeing and that upward trend. Are there any demographic trends that we should be aware of? And obviously, we have the data in the dashboard that's looking at demographics. We have gender, education, and other elements. But Agentforce has the context of my data to be able to identify when I'm saying demographic, I'm calling on those fields. Now, demographic isn't listed in the field name, but it's able to make that association based on the semantics we've led onto the data set. And I can see here that the 16 to 20 age group, and actually the 3 youngest age groups that I have are the ones that are most prevalent for no-show appointments. It's interesting that I get insight into that. I can cross-reference that with other demographic information. I'm actually going to focus in on that youngest group because that seems to be the highest spike in no-show appointments. So my next question is, well, is there a schedule method that is actually driving these no-shows? Is there something that we can do that can help people avoid confusion around that? And so of the 16 to 20 age group, what are the most common schedule methods? So again, I'm narrowing down my analysis based on the insights I've already received. And you can see that for that age group in particular, Epic MyChart is the most prevalent schedule method. Now, there could be a range of reasons why that is, but this type of insight I was able to get to in just minutes with 3 pointed questions that started with a dashboard, but have got me to a very specific insight based on this exploration of data. So that's why we think that Agentforce and Tableau Next is going to be very impactful in healthcare. We see a lot of value in this and being able to interact with data in a new and exciting way.